that? The big black thing with the yellow back. Yeah, but they call it something, the killer or the malicious. They gave it a name, innit? Because once it's stinging, it's clear. Yeah, this one kills. 7 the Lord said everything is in this Bible. Everything.
Is this a question and answer?
Yeah, you can ask questions. Of course you can. Let me read this quickly, then you can ask me any question. Let me just read it. But I've just got to prove the horn. 7:20. Yeah. See about the sender. Yeah. Right.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 20. Moreover, the Lord thy God will send a hornet among them until they that are left that hide themselves from thee shall be destroyed.
Right, you see, so the Lord said he sent a hornet as well. He sent locusts. Did he not send locusts during the time of Moses? Yeah? And he said he sent a hornet. You got a question, brother?
I don't know. I don't know if he sent locusts. That's what the Bible says, but do I really know? I don't know if it's just like stories. Do you know what I mean? How do we really know these things?
By prophecy. Did we go into cargo slave ships?
Yeah.
Get me Deuteronomy 28:68. Let's see if this is a prophecy.
But you see the issue with it is still we're holding this book.
Yeah.
The book of the oppressor. We already know. Like,
but wait, stop there. How do you know this is the oppressor's book? Have you ever read the Bible?
Yeah.
From back to front?
No.
Right, I've read it from back to front. That's why I'm out here preaching this Bible. The oppressor, what he did was, he said, look, what we're going to do, that scripture says, obey your masters, we'll give that to them. Have you ever heard of the slave Bible?
Who gave this book to us?
Get me Deuteronomy 9 and 10. Let's see. And then get me Psalm 68. Let's see who gave us this book. And then get me 1 and 21. 1 and 20. 2 Peter 1 and 20. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you. Oh, this is. I'm going to let the Bible speak. It defends itself. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 10. And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God.
So he went to Moses. When Moses went up there, the Most High wrote down all the statutes, commandments, and gave to Moses and said, go down, give that to the children of Israel. Get me 68. Psalm 68. Is it 68:11? Yeah, give me that one. Then we go to 2 Peter 1 and 20. Right? So the Lord said, it was written, I written with the finger. Yeah? With the finger of God. It was written. He put it in the tablets and he gave it to Moses and said, take that down there, now give it to him. So read that.
Psalm 68 verse 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it.
He said the Lord gave the word and we're out here publishing it. Read. Okay? Yeah, I'll get the other one. Get me 2 Peter 1 and 20.
But who's witnessing and writing down what's happening? If someone says the Lord gave the word, or this, who is the one observing and writing?
Do you know any history about the Israelites?
Huh?
Do you know any history about the Israelites?
I know what I pick up.
Right, the Israelites always, like, if you had Ezra, you had a scribe with him.
Right.
Someone, because remember, you're dealing with the Most High. Yeah. So the Most High said, write it down. When Moses spoke, because they were speaking in the spirit of the one you call God, yeah? He said, write it down. That's why we got this book today. But it's a spiritual book. It told us what will happen in the past and tells us what's going to happen in the future. And that's how we know through prophecy.
Who the authors of this book?
We're just reading it. He said, God gave the word. It's whether you believe it or not. I ain't going to stand there and speak to you. The Bible says that the ones you're going to get, we'll get it in a minute. That's in Matthew 13:10. We'll read that first. 2 Peter 1:20.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
See, he's telling you, it didn't come by the will of man. Man didn't sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to write this Bible, you know what I mean? I'm going to write this up and for the people.
Yes, man did. Because why do we have a version? Why is it King James version?
He translated the Hebrew scrolls. We'll get there in a minute. We've got the Bible dictionary. You got it? We'll get it in a minute. We'll show you about King James. He was a black man, by the way. He wasn't a white boy. Okay? King James and Queen Elizabeth I. William Shakespeare, they're all dark skinned people.
King James?
Yes, my friend. We got. Where's that book you got? Show him King James. Where's that book you got, bro? You read one. Is it in there? You can bring it. You didn't bring it, no? King James is a so-called Negro. Is it in there? Yeah, but what's King James? Queen Charlotte, is it? Have a look at it. Turn that page over. Do you know who this is? Turn it over. What did it say? first page, turn it over, what does it say there? Who Queen Charlotte is?
Boy, you talking about this page, read the hand.
What does it say about Queen Charlotte? It says it there, innit? Find out where it says about who she is. You're supposed to say it. She says the queen. It says it.
Yeah.
It should be said in the first page. It says that she's a queen of England. The Marwan said that when you turn, I don't know what one you got here.
Why is
Throw the back of it.
Why is he such a who is he? Why is he such a brilliant character?
I know one of the queens was Dance King.
Marwan says Queen Charlotte. You see that Queen Charlotte? She's the Queen of England. She was the Queen of England. She was married to King George, King Edward or something. Was it King George? King George III or something like that. Do you know that Charlotte Carolina is named after us? Did you know when Benjamin Franklin went to the Americans, yeah, he said, there's so many black people over here. This is they don't teach us. Because the native Indians fled there during the time of King Solomon. We was in captivity to the Assyrian captivity. We fled from Syria, the northern tribe, because remember, where are you from? What country your father from? Nigeria. Igbo, Yoruba.
He's Igbo, but
So you're Igbo, so that means you're from the tribe of Judah. Okay? You're from the head tribe. The same tribe where Jesus Christ come from, you're from his tribe. We're from the tribe of Benjamin. Yeah? Banyamya.
break down these tribes to me. When every time you talk about tribes of Israel,
Yeah.
where do the actual names, how do they relate to what they're called? Like,
That's in Genesis 49, isn't it? It's Genesis 49, but this is how we know, because prophecy tells us that Benjamin, Judah, right, is the so-called Negro tribe. Yeah, they were taken to the Americans. Benjamin, yeah, the West Indies, they was taken to the West Indian islands. Yeah, you can do this. Go on the internet, you can find out where these people was taken. Levi are the Haitians. Yeah, and you can find out that the Haitians are the lowest people on this planet at the moment. You know why? Because they were the priests. They were the priests of the so-called Most High. So he said, you know what, Levi, because you're going, you're doing the voodoo and whatnot, I'm going to bring you down to the ground. Yeah? Then you got Simeon.
in Africa, they were voodoo.
Yeah, because it tells you that when we fled...
The Haitians were taken from Africa.
Yeah, you got them in places like Benin now. Yeah. Remember, when we fled into Africa, we had our own... Get with Babylon to Timbuktu. When it talks about when we fled into Africa. When we fled in there, we had our... We are not Africans. Because what does Africa mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Do you know what it means? When the Romans went there, it means Afrique. It means not cold.
Separate, is it?
Huh? No, Afrique just means it's not cold. When the Greeks went there, they said, this place is never cold.
I see that writing, like A-F-R-I-Q.
Afrique, yeah, right. And it was there, Leo Scipio Africanus. When he conquered that region in the Second Punic War, when he fought Hannibal, because it tells you Psalms 49 and 11, they start to name the lands after their own names. That's why we know this Bible is true. Because Colombia is named after who? Christopher Columbus. How about America? Americo Vespucci. Right, so they're naming the lands. The Bible tells you that. That's why you got all these names.
So Africa?
He's named after Leo Scipio Publicus. But when he conquered that region in the Second Punic War, when he fought Hannibal, they said, right, Africanus, Afrique. So we're going to name you Leo Scipio Africanus.
So we're going around calling ourselves African.
You're naming yourself after a Roman general. A white Roman general. And his brother was Scipio Asiaticus. When they conquered Asia, his brother Asiaticus. So that's why we are the Hebrew Israelites.
Now, Israel.
Yeah.
Israel. We're going in a breakdown of Israel.
No. See, because that's not in the Hebrew it's Yasha Allah. So he's saying Ra and El. We've got nothing to do with Egypt. Get me. I was reading that and I'm trained as well. Get me Genesis 32:28. Let's see how that name come about.
Well, when we talk about Egypt, we kind of tie in Egypt with today. The Arabs that are over there now. You're not talking about that.
No.
Cushic and Ethiopic.
Right. They were the sons of Mizraim. The original Egyptians were the sons of Mizraim. Okay? When you read in the Bible, because Ham had three sons. Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Out of, we can read it, out of the, we've got the Bible dictionary. Right? Get the Bible dictionary. Don't worry about all that. We're going to break it down. Get the Bible. There's a lot of information in this thing here. The Jewish man put this together, so we'll get that. Leave that page open. You can read that. Is that the part where where we fled? They had a separate where we fled. We'll read that in a minute. But we had that fled. Read that. Bible. Yeah, read that.
Genesis chapter 32 verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be no more called Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince thou has...
Read up a bit. Let's get a little bit of gist of the story.
Verse 26. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Verse 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob.
This when he wrestled the angel, you see. See, what's your name? Jacob.
Verse 28, and he said, thy name shall be no more called Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince thou hast power with the Most High.
And that's what it means. When you look at that word Israel in the Hebrew, because we go back to the Hebrew, it's Yasher Allah. When it's Yah, meaning he, Prince, meaning, Shah, meaning prince, and Allah, meaning power. Yeah, because they got their Allah. Allah only means power. So it's Prince of the power. So that's what our name is, Yasher Allah, Israel. When you put it, no, Eyes, R, and Ra, it's Yasharallah. It means that we are the princes of God. That's what it means. Yeah, when you translate it.
Start that one more time. Go a little slower.
Right, so it said, Yah, right? Shah, Allah. Yah meaning he, Shah meaning prince, Allah meaning the power. Because you get Allah Hayim from that, means the power. Yeah? So, Yah, Shah, Allah. He said, didn't he say, you are the prince of God?
Yeah.
That's what he's telling. We are the princes of God. Give me that. Ye are gods. Do you know that one? Yeah. We are gods.
Yes, you are. Okay. This is the time of information age, right?
Yeah.
All this information, but
right.
really and truly, I've been studying these things for decades.
Okay.
And you go through different
right.
Different
but what you got to do, you got to filter it through the Bible. That's a historical book as well.
I was very much into the Bible for a long time. Right?
Okay.
And then, I don't know, probably when I turned 17 around there, you know.
Yeah.
Like now this.
Women coming to the play there, innit?
And well, it wasn't really a truly women.
Okay.
It was just like no, this is full of truthful fallacies. Okay. So I started to push that out. You know what I mean? So
was you going to church at the time?
When I was pushing it out.
No, when you gathered all that information.
Yeah, I was.
Because you know the church don't give you the full understanding.
Right. I was seeking.
Right. So was I. My mother would, she was there, she would tell you that I used to get up late at night and go run and whatnot, and then she'd say, why are you going running? I said, Mum, I'm trying to find a higher spirituality. I have to do these things to try and condition myself, yeah, for the biblical sake. Because I was into it, but I didn't have the right understanding. Until my teachers in America gave me the Judites, the real Jews are teaching this truth. They were teaching for 30 years ago. But the Lord said a certain time where you start to see it spreading, because now it's spreading. You've got plenty of people do what we do. Preach the gospel, the good news. You know what the good news is? The good news is that you guys, us guys who went into slavery, we're the children of Israel. Because when you look at our people, you'll think that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. This is going to continue forever. No. We're coming to the end of this society now. When this society falls, we're up next. And we're going to rule forever. And we're going to rule in righteousness according to the laws, statutes, and commandments. But the Lord said, what? I'm going to send men out on the street, right? And they're going to teach this Bible. Whoever hears it, and adheres and does what it says, keep the commandments, repents, turns back to me, when I send my son, he's going to save them. But the rest, he's going to kill. Straight and plain. The Lord ain't playing. Remember the story where they wandered around for 40 years to get rid of the dead wood? He said, no, not this time. I'm coming, I'm going to kill them, the ones who are no good, kill them, and the rest, we're going into the kingdom of heaven. We're going to go back to Jerusalem. But this time we're going to leave in style. In Egypt, you think that was style, innit? You know when they parted the Red Sea? That was style, innit? Yeah, can you imagine that? A big wall of water, you can see the shark and the whale and whatnot, and you're walking through. That really happened. That ain't no fallacy.
Okay, you feel like that really happened?
Yes.
So you're a believer of magic?
The Most High, it's not magic, it's the Most High's power.
power of the Most High.
Yes, it's the power of the Most High. When he gave Moses, he said, bang your staff. Bang it down. Remember when he went to the Magi's in Egypt and they had their snake and he dropped it down?
It said magic. The Magi.
It's not really magic. The Magi's was the one what Moses went against. It's the power of the Most High. The opposite side, the Egyptians, they was using witchcraft, magic. Magic is witchcraft. But when it comes from the right-hand side, it's spiritual powers. King David, he didn't use witchcraft, he had spiritual powers. The Most High can make him jump on the roof like that. Spiritual powers. You know what I mean?
Do we still have that?
We're going to get it. But we can't do it in these bodies. When the Lord comes, he's going to give us the celestial, the extraterrestrial body, but we're going to live on earth. We're going to get some magnificent bodies. We ain't going to die. It's like we die now, our bodies deteriorate and whatnot. We ain't going to have bodies like that no more. We're going to have supernatural bodies. We're going back to the King David times when he gave him supernatural bodies. Right? This is what this is the gospel, this is the good news. We're going through all this, but it's light at the end of the tunnel. You think that, oh, this is going to be perpetual, it's going to continue forever. No. No, even the so-called Caucasian man know that. That's why he's built underground cities. He's going to try and run an eye when when Howard Shai comes back. He's already set it up. He's got his space platform, his underwater cities. He's going to run an eye club. He tells you that in Amos, the 9th chapter. So they dig into hell, and we're going to go and get them. The good thing about it, we get to, when the Howard Shai comes back, the one who called Christ, we get to get involved as well. We're going to be joint heirs with him. Everything, this whole place. Give me John 1:1. Give me John 1:1. Let me just read this for you. Okay? Let me John 1.